alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We'll start to our last lecture today. Please, if my voice is clear for you, please write to me one. If my voice is clear for you, write to me one, please. Okay, thank you. It's complete. We will today, inshallah, we will finish our lectures today by a very important and daily work is materials handling, storage, and usage and disposal. What about the material safety in materials handling and storage, usage, and disposal? Today, inshallah, we will, in this lecture, we will identify types of material handling equipment. We will describe hazards associated with material handling activities, identify methods to prevent hazards associated with material handling equipment, and recognize employer requirements to protect workers from material handling hazards. These are 4 topics for our lecture. We will take what is the types of the equipment used for handling. We using conveyors. Let us show you this. Conveyors powered in the industrial trucks and forklifts. We use cranes and slings. So we will take a quick view in safety in cranes and slings. Okay. Most of the hazard associated with materials handling, factors contributing to injuries, the weight and the bulkiness of the objects. This is the factors for the contributing the injuries. Okay. Weight and the bulkiness of the objects, bending, twisting, and turning movement. This is all the factors which causing injuries. The hazard is improper operation of equipment, the improper operation of equipment, or accumulated material or clutter. These the hazards. Unsafe conditions of materials or containers, flammability or toxicity of some materials, weight of materials, bending ties or other devices that secure bundles or bound materials. All of this the hazards associated with the materials handling. Okay, falling objects, lifting, punishing, pulling, otherwise manually moving large and heavy items. All of these are hazards. Improbably stuck materials, struck by or cutting in between hazards like this. This is improbably stuck materials, and here struck by or cutting in or between hazards like this. All of these hazards related to or associated with material handling. Okay, what is the injuries commonly reported? What is the energies commonly reported in this associated with the hazard material handling? Sprains, tears, soreness and pain, bursts and contusions, cuts, lacerations, punctures, crushing and amputations. حفظها الله يعني اللي هي البتر او القطع لاي جزء من الجسم. Examples of events or exposures leading to injuries, like as you see, contact with objects and equipment. If you contact like this, working like this, okay, contact for this, it is the event or the situations how can you exposure for leading to injuries, contact with objects, transportation incidents, exposure to harmful substances or environment or environments. Okay. And falls or sleeps or trips or lose of balance, repetitive motions, over exertion, all of these are hazards related to materials handling. Okay, and we have a moving materials manually. Moving, how can you prevent? How can you prevent the hazards? What we discuss about the hazards. Now we discuss how can we prevent these hazards. How can we prevent these hazards? Like moving materials manually, use devices. This moving materials manually, it is a hazard. And how can we prevent it? Use devices to assist with holding loads. Okay, number one, wear PPE. Number two, use proper lifting technique. As we said before, seek help for oversized loads. Seek help for oversized load, and use blocking materials. You can use blocking materials. Okay. For overhead, it is a hazard. For overhead or gantry cranes. For overhead or gantry cranes, how can we prevent the hazards related to or associated with these hazards? Number one, these cautions: never move a load over co-workers or allow co-workers to walk down. Okay, it is the number one. Number two, return the load block to its designated location after use. Number three, don't leave the load block low enough for the someone to run into. Number four, never leave suspended load unattended. Okay, all of these is the control. How can we control the overhead or gantry cranes? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. All of these controls, all of these steps, all of these cautions, all of this related to one of our hierarchy of controls. We have hierarchy of controls. You have 5 hierarchy of controls. So I want to remember you: elimination, substitutions, engineering control, administrative control, and PPE. Okay, all of these four preventing or steps for preventing the hazard of overhead or gantry cranes related to only one control. What is this? What is this? Okay, again the question. Now, when I ask workers, okay, please never move a load over co-workers. Number two, return the load. All of these are instructions. That's right. All of these are instructions. The instructions are related to elimination or substitution or engineering control or administrative control or PPE. Any one of them. So any control of any hazards should be one of the 5. Okay. Anyone pay attention with me? Okay. I ask you, for overhead or gantry cranes, we have 4 instructions here to prevent the hazards. These instructions related to what? Related to elimination. Okay, I ask you a question in another way. Anyone hear me? I ask you, anyone hear me? Anyone now still pay attention with me? Okay, Mr. Nasruddin, thank you, Mr. Nasruddin. Okay, administrative, alhamdulillah, Mr. Levy attend, alhamdulillah, Mr. Misfir, this administrative, alhamdulillah, welcome back. Welcome back, alhamdulillah. Anyone with me? Not one, 2, 3 now. It is administrative. Anyone agree with them? It is administrative control. Any instructions, any worker instructions, any documented worker instruction, you said to worker, please do that or don't do that. It is the administrative control. There is no any elimination, there is no any modification, there is no any substitution. All of these, okay, all of these, there is no any engineering here. There is no any engineering control. All of them instructions only, and there is no any refer to PPE. Okay, so it is administrative. Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, return back. Thank you for our colleagues. Okay. 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 Don't leave unused slings suspended on crane hook. Store wall mountain cranes against the wall. Continuous observe the equipment for any sign of problems during operation. Don't allow yourself to become distracted. All of these are administrative instructions or administrative control. Okay. Operated only by thoroughly trained and qualified workers. You see here the one of the common here or most important caution here. There is no anyone working for the overhead or gantry cranes, else the qualified one, or the qualified workers, or trained and qualified workers. Okay. Before complete, I wanted to show you some of the most accidents during of untrained or unqualified workers, or workers who cannot pay attention for his work. So I maybe over exertion in work. So it is accident happen. So I want to show this video. watching here for this video showing the some accidents according to the driving forklifts. This in a handling materials. This handling materials. If you can use an unqualified or not, untrained drivers or crazy one like this has a number 3. Okay, shall we return to our presentation? Okay, so for the preventing the hazard, we said that operating through trained and qualified workers. Okay, for eliminating or reduce crane hazards. Number one, you should know, or the worker or qualified worker should know the load and the capacity of the crane. When the load is safe to lift, always checking the crane loaded chart and never exceed load limits. Okay, it should be an inspection of crane by qualified person and modified and repaired or adjustment for them, post assembly for them at least every 12 months should be inspected. Again, the crane should be inspected by a qualified person at least every 12 months. So it is an inspection for repairing, for adjustment, for modification. Equipment, if it is, it should be inspected. Okay, in the case of equipment is not in regular use. Number one, modification or repairing or adjustment. So crane should be inspected. Post assembly should be inspected at least every 12 months. Should be inspected, and equipment is not a regular use, should be inspected. These are the 4 types of inspection for cranes, for 4 situations or 4 cases for inspection for cranes by qualified persons. And it should be visually inspection by competent person prior to each shift. It is a visual inspection only, okay, monthly. Okay, so it is what's the meaning of a preventive visual inspection. So inspected by qualified person and inspected by competent person. Qualified person for a maintenance or preventive maintenance and whatever. Visual inspection is for a regular work. If you are working using, you are working for this cranes, you should make a visual inspection prior to each shift, and also monthly. Okay, and the crane should be every 12 months should be inspected by a qualified person for a preventive maintenance. Okay, or maybe for corrective maintenance if the equipment is not in regular use, or post assembly or modification or repairing or adjustment. Okay, this is the inspection for cranes. Slings connects a crane hook to a load. It should be proper selection. It should be an inspection. Like if you see here, for you can see this is this affect the effect for load or not. You should inspection, okay, and the proper inspection for the type of the slings. Okay, reduce sling hazards by lubricants, not shortening with knots, plots, or other devices, or connect leaks, keeping clear of loads, avoiding sudden movement. All of this reducing the sling hazards. Okay, according to forklifts, how can you prevent hazards for forklifts? Okay, main causes of injuries for forklifts is number one, forklift overturns, forklift striking workers on foot, persons crushed by forklifts or persons falling from forklifts. This is the main causes of injuries related to the forklifts. Illegal forklift operators. Number one, anyone under 18 cannot have a legal license for operating forklift. Number one, anyone not properly trained. So the forklift should be, the worker for forklift should be more than 18s and should be probably trained. Okay, and we see the accidents according to the workers which are not probably trained. Okay, driving forklift. When driving forklift, abstract vision, travel path. You should have all of this obstructed vision, travel path, approaching people, elevated platform, seat belts, and ROPS. What's the meaning of ROPS? We will discuss now. Okay, raising and lowering forks and safe distance. All of these, the instructions for driving the forklifts. Okay, what is the ROPS? ROPS is a rollover protection structure or a rollover protection system. Okay, this is ROPS, as you see here. Rollover protective structure or protection system is a system or a structure intended to protect equipment operators, okay, or motorists from injuries caused by vehicle overturns or rollovers. If it is a rollover or overturns, this is what the meaning of ROPS here. Seat belts. You should have, any workers for forklift should have a seat belt and have a rollover, as you see here, a rollover protection structure. Okay, elevating workers like this, as you see here, elevating workers with forklift, standing on forks, lifting personnel, approaching approved lift platform. Okay, and restraining means this the preventing hazards. Okay, driving forklifts on guards on ramps. You see here in guards on ramps, use extreme cautions, no turns, tightening and raising loads, point to load up insulin. All of these, the instructions, how can you prevent these hazards. Forklift operating speed, tip over, turning, avoiding collisions, wet and slippery floors. You should take care as it is. All of this is hazards. Ascending or descending, all of this is hazard. If you ascend by the forklift or ascending with the forklift, obstructed vision. Avoiding excess weight, as you see here. This weight is excess more than the forklift arms. Okay, don't exceed the weight capacity of the forklift. Center the loads and secure to keep from shifting to maintain balance of the weight. Okay. I want to, please, if it is clear, please write to be clear. If you need to stop and slowly in explanation, please write to me slowly, as GEH lab end shift time by 2 p.m. So I wanted to finish before order to finish to him. Please, if it is clear, write to be clear. If you want to stop or any slow in explanation, I will stop as you need. Okay, shall we complete? Okay. Here, use adapt boards for loading or uploading. use appropriate weight rated platform, okay, to bridge space, secure portable dock boards so that they will not move, and ensure that the dock board have a handholds or some other effective way to lift. This for if you see this the forklift in ramps or like this. This is a case very dangerous to forklift driver. Okay, we are uploading the cover to outside for exporting. This is the main type of exporting like this. Okay, so it should have a very control in this hazards. Okay, okay. Existing the forklift, seat brake, lower forks. This is the arms of the forklift, lifting carriage and neutralize controls, stand up type forklift. All of these cautions you should, when you, if you are a worker or a driver of forklift, you should make this controls in order to make existing of forklift. If you're riding the forklift, no passengers allowed. Okay, no passenger allowed. Exception seat is provided, provided not for passenger. Okay, this is the warning sign. It should be for forklift riding. Okay, avoiding struck by or crushed by. Don't jump from an overturning sit down type of forklift. Stay with the truck. Hold on firmly. Lean the opposite direction of the overturn. You should know this and should avoid the truck or crushed by. Forklift training. Don't operate forklift without proper training. You can't in the factories using forklift, you are engineer and you need to try to drive the forklift. You can go to the forklift driver, please teach me how can I drive the forklift. It is happened. It is not happened. It is happened and still happening. Okay, it is a very dangerous. Okay, so, and many accidents occurred like this. Reporting damage, any damage or problems that occur to the forklift during a shift should be reported to the supervisor. Comply to the with OSHA standards related to materials handling, including training requirements and inspection requirements. Like this, comply to this to OSHA standards. You should comply with manufacturing requirements and recommendation for materials handling equipments. You see here some warnings in the manufacturing. Identify potential hazard here. This is quiz I will send you by WhatsApp today, inshallah. So this summarization for the how can we handling and how can we handling the handling and the storage and use and disposals of materials. If you need to make this quiz now, to solve this quiz with us now, please write to me now. If we need to send by WhatsApp, write to me WhatsApp W. If you need to solve this quiz with us now, please write to me now. If you need to send by WhatsApp, please write to me WhatsApp or W. Mr. Nasruddin by WhatsApp. Okay, I will send you by WhatsApp, Mr. Levy. WhatsApp, Mr. Omar. Okay, Mr. Jimmy. Okay, so I will send it to you today, the quiz for the three lectures, and I will send you these situations by WhatsApp in order to know how can we identify the hazard and the possible solution for it for them. Thank you today. I have you make a good great effort today and tomorrow, inshallah. we will finish tomorrow, inshallah. We have 4 lectures tomorrow, 4 lectures, but all of them, inshallah, will be for a summarization. Alhamdulillah, we finish a big matters or a big topics we need to know if you involve it for 30-hour OSHA requirements for OSHA standards general industries. Tomorrow, inshallah, we will take some topics and what is safety in these topics for your information and for general industries. If you will work for this situations or workplaces, like how can we make a machinery guards, what is the safety of machinery guards, what is the safety in electricity, okay. And we will inshallah finish tomorrow the 4th lecture. Alhamdulillah, we finish by 15 lectures in 30 hours OSHA requirements. Tomorrow, inshallah, we will finish, and Monday we will be inshallah day off for revision. Tuesday will be the exam. Please, from today, anyone of you, don't send me the correct answers for our quizzes. Please, I ask you to send your answers as you know, and I will reply you if it is correct, if it is not correct, in order to know that the exam will not outside our quizzes. The same questions, but you should know how can you answer and where is your information you need and how can you collect your information. If you are begin in this field, please don't stop in safety field. If you are if you are expert in this field, please don't stop. Each day by day, you should add only one knowledge for in the safety. Okay, as there is no anyone greater than safety. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your listening. Please, if you have any questions, please write to me. Thank you. Thanks, Mr. Abdul Mahmoud. Thank you for all. Thanks. See you tomorrow, inshallah. Bye bye. Assalamu alaikum.